Crypto Monday San Juan, Crypto Monday San Juan. Let me give a round of applause. Let me give a round of applause, please. Come on, come on, come on. Put your drinks down. Give me some love. Crypto Monday San Juan, Crypto Monday San Juan. Let me give a round of applause, please. Welcome, everybody. Crypto Monday San Juan. My name is Pedro Rivera. I'm your host, and call it, good friend here, partner, and advisor to a beautiful project called Ghostdrive that I want to introduce to the community, and founder Roman Nevo. Give him a round of applause for me, please. Roman, I like your glasses.
Yeah, because of the light.
I like that hat too. Where you get the hat from?
Yeah, and this is Puerto Rican style, so this is what I just...
First thing he says when he gets here is he's like, you know any hat shops? There's like, 3 of them right on this street, as you guys are aware. So there's beautiful hat shops. So not only got that one, he got me this one as well. But yeah, so welcome to Puerto Rico. Can we do some feedback? Welcome to Puerto Rico. Ultimately, why don't you tell them a little bit about who you are and what led you up to Ghostdrive?
Thank you guys for coming, first of all. And this is my first experience to be in Puerto Rico. I'm living in San Diego. And I've been in IT for 25 years. 8 years I've been as a CTO on the different projects in the healthcare, in AI, and the cloud data storage. I also do music. I love to do music experiment. I experiment with a different frequency. I'm designing different pattern and see how the frequency can activate zeta and alpha stages in our brain. So it helps you to become more creative. I love to travel a lot. And thank you for inviting, by the way. This was my dream to come to Puerto Rico.
Listen, I met Roman in Dubai last year, I think in October, I'm not sure when, sometime last year, maybe September, somewhere around there. And as soon as we met, we clicked, right? And as soon as we clicked, and I told him I was, Puerto Rican, because I know you guys know I'm very proud Puerto Rican everywhere I go. I tell everybody how great we are. So I told him about Puerto Rico, and as soon as I told him my birthday was in August, which, as my birthday is tomorrow, he said, I'll be there. And he's here. So welcome, I appreciate you coming way from San Diego. He got on a plane, and as you guys know, living in California, or from California, it's not easy to get to Puerto Rico from California. So I'm grateful you're here. I appreciate you coming. But it's not just for my birthday. This brother's got a great project. So why don't you tell him a little bit about Ghostdrive and what is it, and what do you see for you?
Yeah, so the Ghostdrive started like 5 years ago, and this project been stealth for 5 years. So we didn't do any marketing, we didn't do any social stuff. So we bring a lot of top developers from Google, Microsoft, blockchain, and start experiment with the data storage. That's why we come out with this name. To do the Ghostdrive, to make your data more private, more fast, and we call this technology like a smart storage system. And I will give you more details later. Yeah.
Perfect. So when you say a smart storage system, why don't you just tell me a little bit more about that? Because decentralized storage is something that a lot of people are familiar with. There's a variety of other projects that have gone at it or done it in a variety of different ways. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what exactly is you're doing? How is it differentiate from what's available out there?
So we build our 0-layer storage, and then we build layer 2 at the storage management. So in a daily, whatever we have access to the data, to the information, this data is raw data, what we call, right? So it's static. It's just sitting on your laptop. So if I'm gonna open anybody's computer, you will have like 10,000 or 100 or 50,000 files. And for you to find those files, what they do, what kind of value you put, what kind of energy these files even have, So we don't have those type of instruments, how we can move data, how we can transform data, and how we can make a data evolution, how your data can learn about itself and can become a better. And then we start experiment that data, if you think about everything what you see, it's data, right? This table, this day, everything is a moment what we're living. We can capture, we can tokenize, we can trade. And we're building this first social data trading platform where people can trade the platform between two different workspaces. Doesn't matter if you have workspace on the Google or Dropbox or IPFS, we build this bridge where you are able to connect to all those instruments in one place, where you can secure the data, make the data encrypted, fragmentized, and then how you can add a new metadata so the data can be more official and much faster, for your access. Because we spending too much time to learn something, or we spending too much time to search something. If you're gonna go to Google right now and you're trying to find a data, it's gonna take you some time, right? Because you're gonna go through different algorithms, ads, and your result maybe is gonna be on the page 155,000, right? But you're never gonna get there. So we as a humanity need to have a better instruments, how we can tell data to communicate, how we can make this data more intelligent. So this is kind of our goal. And we launch already beta version. And in December, we're going to do a bigger launch with more tools, with the ability to trade your data, with the ability of new technologies. And the R&D, what I'm currently working is how we can make a data energy. So imagine any data what you have around us. Some data has toxic, some data has politics, some data have all those different elements. And you have yourself, you have your human design, you have your skills, your gifts, your universal print, what I call. And we try and right now apply the human design factor and the data factor, because every day we're receiving too much information by email, reading news, but we don't know which data are good, or which data are propaganda, or which data are gonna help or gonna motivate you. So we're trying to bring those new elements into the community, so we all can mark this data. This data have eco-friendly environment, or this data is green, or this data have a mission to change something, or maybe this data have a mission to kill somebody. So, but we have ability to identify much sooner before this data going to output.
So I heard you say that you're able to send the data back and forth, and it be, still protected and encrypted. Am I able to use just like, a regular like Google Chrome browser, and how am I still protected by utilizing, traditional internet services?
So first of all data what we use, even we use AWS or Google, they use already good technologies. So the cloud itself, the Kubernetes, they're super protected. They centralize that why this data can move much faster, but the problem is you don't have a privacy. So somebody have a key to your data. Somebody can hack or read, and you don't even gonna know about. So in our case, what we design based on IPFS, the whole core system. So we're trying to build like operation system, data storage management system, where the data have a binary proof and have a cryptographic signature. So your data not be able to get downloaded or cloned or even screenshot if you wanted to. So you can build and design those firewalls around any data. We also build this cool approach where you can assign data to particular place. So let's say we're sitting right now here, we can make the picture, we can put the border, and this file can only live in this room. If somebody wants to exit, he needs to come here and work, So we're trying to make data more secure. Not only how you access, because still, no matter how your technology or blockchain secure work, you still have a human factor. And in cybersecurity, what we call like 7 layers of cybersecurity, and the human factor, it's the most like crazy factor. It's the easiest factor to hack. And you know who the best hackers is? Like if you think about it. No? The best hackers in the planet. Females. When you sleep, they can access to anything, you know? They know everything, they read everything, they're jealous, you know? They know how to hack the system.
Ironically, all the females on the left. The best hacker in the world is sitting in the back couch.
Yeah, they are. They are, if you think about it. So...
But yeah, no, listen, I just had this conversation with somebody. I just want to jump in a second. And obviously, you know, we have a very educated audience here in the community. But a lot of people are confused about what hacking is, right? Oh, well, majority of people hacking are not some weird dweeb somewhere hacking away at code and trying to figure out a way to, like, crack your code and shit gets into your things. What happens is there's a user error somewhere, or a corporate area where you have your data stored that they, you know, somehow or another leaked entry into your files. No one's just breaking into your computer with a random computer somewhere in the dark. So that's what he means by the best hackers in the world are women, because typically, right, women are very, you know, good in collecting data from the people they're dating. And they're not doing it by doing, you know, cracking codes, right? They're setting traps. But the truth is that you know, that analogy is actually a great concept for how is it that people get hacked. Because you actually somehow or another you slip and your data, your passwords or something is leaked to someone who hacks you, and they just go into your shit, bro. They sign into your shit and move it. That's how it works. But yeah, continue.
And you know, like data hacking, it's have like a social aspect too, like social hacking. Somebody doesn't need to hack your password. They can get to your browser or send you a phishing website where you can put your
phishing. Skim also to USB ports, charging ports, and airports. You know, they're capable of you know, putting spyware on your phone and ultimately losing your stuff that way. When I travel, I always travel with batteries. But in the event you do need to charge your phone and your battery's dead, it's a smart thing to charge the battery and then from the battery to your phone, just in the event you have no idea where there could be a skimmer on any port that you plug random in anywhere. But again, these are all user errors, right? So it's not someone just magically typing some code somewhere and hacking my phone. This is me on my end. I, you know, put my, you know, I'm plugging my charger somewhere, and you know, they upload some spyware on me, and the next time I go to log into whatever account I go to log into, now they all of a sudden have my username and password, and it, you know, that's how it's usually typically done.
But you know, like in 2000...
Or obviously, like the most famous hack of them all, the SIM card hack, where they got Mr. Turpin, right?
Yeah.
Where again, it's still, you know, a user error. It's not his user, but it was the, you know, the host server client, which is obviously AT&T. An employee of theirs was obviously corrupted to give up his information. It wasn't some brainiac kid that, you know, hacked his phone from, you know, some random computer. Again, still end user error.
But you know, in 2015, it was one of the biggest hack which they published in 20.
The biggest one was right over there. It was his. You'll hear about it in a few minutes. $25 million.
Yeah, but no, this one was they found a micro nano chip in cloud servers in Amazon, Google data centers, and that microchip was splitting the traffic to two different places. One to China, one to normal server. So, and they didn't even know for 3 years. They
And of course,
hacked.
the other way you can get hacked, and you know, I hope nobody takes offense to this, but it's just been absolutely true for myself and any of my friends who's done business there, is do business in China and, you know, partner with, you know, you ultimately are going to copy all of your technology. Chinese culture is very, very much so one of copy culture.
Yeah. Even the Solana, it's not a Solana hack, they hacked the wallet.
Yeah.
But it's still like we have all those issues, and the technology what we as a community building, like blockchains, encryption, the cybersecurity, we still developing them. So it's still a lot of evolution. And in Ghostdrive, we've been using a lot of like biometrical security, so you can add your voice as your password. So you become the security, you know, somebody needs to hack not only the password, they need to hack you, your voice. And then we have this technology when you can teach your password to communicate with you. So we build the communication between private keys and the user, and he can also change. If you don't respond, you can add trust member, your mom or sister, and this information or data automatically gonna change the ownership. So we trying to build like more logic to the security and simplify how the security works overall.
Excellent. So where are you currently in your roadmap, and what do you see looking forward?
So right now we launch our beta, and I would love you to invite. It's called beta.ghostdrive.com. But this is only for like a minimum limited version. We're trying to bootstrap our network because we have our own private network. And we trying to do a lot of penetration tests, see how the functionality working. And in December 12, 22, we're gonna do like a big official launch with new interfaces. And we right now, by the way, working on the interactive interfaces. So this is like a smart interface. It's not like an interface you just come into your computer and it's also static, you know, it's on React or whatever, but you need to click every time, you need to do some action, but you burn your energy, right? And you do everything slower. So we're trying to experiment build like a new type of interface where the interface can see your emotion, can see what you're up to, you can fully control with your voice. So we're trying to figure out the way how we can speed up data management, data sharing, data monetization, data NFT, data value. So the whole point it's how we can make a data value, you know, how we can identify this information has more value than that information, or how that group information can be a new information and it can be a new idea and it can be a new startup and everybody can have a royalties, you know, everybody get what they invest.
So the system, right? Through sensors or camera, whatever, we'll be able to detect my emotions and my facial expressions, and from that be able to, you know, react in certain ways.
Yeah, it's very important, you know. So let's say.
Oh yeah, it's real important. As soon as my computer sees me getting pissed off, it'll hurry up
exactly.
and try to figure out exactly what I'm trying to, you know, because there's very many times where I'm looking at my computer and I'm not happy.
So in Bali, I met this guy.
I'm end user error all day long. I am definitely end user error. You know, you can ask my good friend there, Mr. Luke Stokes. He's stumbled through a bunch of things with me. I've probably, you know, made more bumps in the road and you know, made a bad judgment on wallets and setup of things along the way that have been small fortunes along the way. But you know, I've got it together now, though, for sure. But continue.
But the main goal of Ghostdrive, so we're trying to build like octopus bridges, you know, to any clouds, to any blockchain, network solution, protocols, and how we can make them interact together, you know. So not to reinvest or rebuild something or build like new APFS. So we're trying to make sure like all technology, what we currently have, how we can make them work together. Not to against each other, or how we can collaborate, use power, and etc. So let's say one of our advisors, his name Neil Sahoto, and this guy built. He was in the core of Watson computer, so they built the most powerful computer. But you know, the quantum, what Google built, it's 158 million times faster. If you think about 158 million times. So RSA or any advanced encryption key in the next 5 years, there is going to be gone. You know, because this guy, that quantum can do good stuff and bad stuff. So, and I think we need to also like bring awareness how the community can even build like a qubit peer-to-peer network, you know, like on quantum computing, because this is, I see the future. You know, this is what we are gonna try to do a lot of R&Ds and research how we can implement those technologies in the future. But in the current moment, right now we have ecosystem. We built about 7 different products, and 2 months from now, they're all gonna go public.
Perfect. So, questions. Anybody got any questions? You got questions we got to answer. Right over there, sir. Can you just pass that microphone? Just pass it around the crowd. Thank you. Wait, just got to give him some power. Should be good.
We good? Okay, cool. It's Roman, right? Yes. Okay, Timothy Lewis, nice to meet you. You mentioned you were Octopus-style networks. Have you looked into Octopus networks at all? And what stacks are you really kind of going to focus on first? You mentioned IPFS.
Right now, we've been adding more than 8 different blockchains and different protocols, like Unilayer, and a couple more companies. They have like more than 20 different protocols already integrated, and we in the stage of testing. So the whole idea of this platform is to build easy interface for any developer, and even like not developer, you will have ability to manage and build your infrastructure for your games or metaverses or your personal workspaces or a data management. And the whole goal, like using IPFS, because I love IPFS technology. I've been following them from the beginning, the Filecoin, and but I believe that technology not been developed for the last 3 years properly. So that's why we decided to rebuild, to remodify the IPFS. So we have used Core as a Go language and Rust smart contracts. So we're trying to build a very intelligent and scalable platform which integrates all those elements and working in a parallel with all networks in the same time.
And you're building that on your own protocol?
We have a white paper for our own protocol, but it's hard to do everything, you know, so it took us 2 years to figure out like a better zero-layer storage. Then layer 2, how you can implement and build bridges. So now we've been focusing, I love Atom personally, I love that technology. And I know the team and I know the developers. So we're implementing a lot of Atom and Rust. So because Atom run on Go, you know, so Go is a still good language. It still has a lot of benefits. And we just been remodifying, you know, IPFS on a different node. So our speed, if you're gonna test our private IPFS network, it's like maybe 16 times faster than any network right now. So it's super light, it's well designed, it's have a good architecture. We support more than 250 data centers globally. With Metaform, you will be able to connect, manage any from S3 object data to any peer-to-peer databases as well.
Last question, when do you think qubit routing is actually usable?
Can I repeat?
Qubit routing.
You know, it's a lot of rumors what's going on in about the qubits, and I think that we will see in the next 5 years. And I know one Chinese project called like Quantum Spring. So they're building first personal quantum computing, and they're supposed to start probably like put them on a sale like 2 years from now. So we will see. But it's a very exciting stage of the life we're living right now, because when the quantum will come to our life, it will change everything completely, like 360. You know, that technology has so much power, and I'm just, you know, trying to learn more and get community around. So connecting to quantum engineers is not easy because they're super busy, they're aliens, they are different people. But I see a huge potential in a quantum. So I believe one day somebody gonna build a quantum blockchain. You know, maybe not a blockchain, maybe a DAG, you know, acrylic system. So it's gonna be something more beautiful. But it's going there.
Justin.
2 quick questions, man. So you're collecting a shit ton of data on people's emotions, right? Whenever you're happy, sad, whatever. all of that is very valuable. What are you doing with that data is the first question. Second question is, are you white labeling, licensing? Like, what is your monetization on the back end for your platform?
All right, thank you so much. I will start from the backwards. We will do the white label if for enterprise if they wanted to, so they can put their logo. We have no ego at all, because my belief is to I just want this technology to exist and help developers, help technologies to be more efficient and have a green factor. So we're trying to also build like a green tech technology, and in same time not only just to monetize. So let's say in our platform, if you buy 1 terabyte from Greennote, we're gonna plant 1 tree. You know, so we wanna give something back. So this is kind of mental we have as a community approach, and this is a community-based product. In 2 years from now, maybe sooner, it's gonna be fully open source. Then people can build and whatever they want. And again, question 1 first.
Monetization strategy. Data. What are you doing with data?
Shit ton of data on people's emotions. That's
Not
kind of
the
a scary
data.
thought.
Not the data, but the shit ton of data
Right.
on people's emotions.
Right.
Let's be clear.
So, like any medical data, like even your smartwatch, right?
Is collecting a shit ton of data
Right.
now. You're
They
not
already
asking where it's
collecting
going.
that.
You're getting it. You're giving it to them.
Yeah. So you own your data.
Your cell phone is collecting a shit
You
ton of
are
data.
your data, and you are only the one who will be able to sell it if you wanted to. So this is how we approaching.
Tell me. Mr. McKibben asked me where's his wife. I don't know, sir. I sent her the flyer though. I thought she was gonna be here. Honestly, I figured she would like. But still, well, he's here for a few days, so we'll get together. But go ahead, sir.
So you mentioned like 0 layer.
Yes.
And then you talked about like using IPFS and then multiple chains. You know, it'll be compatible. Like that's what I'm trying to understand.
All right, I will do slower. So we have a 0 layer, right, as a storage layer, which is our IPFS. So we have like a private IPFS, which able to connect to any cloud, any system, like super flexible. Then we're using layer 1, Binance, Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, Cosmos, all those protocols. So the user have ability to choose which protocol he want to use. And then the layer 2, when you have a file management system, so you can run your smart contracts, you can run the analytics, you can do encrypted sharing. And also what we develop, the protocol, so we turn any crypto wallet to inbox. So your crypto wallet not only can receive money, it can receive the data, right? So I can send you a PDF file, and you can sign with cryptographic key with your wallet instead of signing DocuSign, so you can have a cryptographic signature for each of your file, and then it's automatically gonna live on a permanent web. You know, permanent, you know, and IPFS right now it's not permanent. You know, you need to pin data, right? Or you have to pay. If you're gonna go with Airwave solution, you have to pay always. If you don't pay, your data's gone. So the design, what we're trying to do, it's a little bit different. You know, we give ability, the data can pay itself by the value what the data provides. So if you have the NFT, and this NFT worth like $10,000, so the NFT by itself, by the new smart contract, is gonna think about her like existence of the NFT. And the big issue is right now a lot of NFTs storing on AWS or different storage, right? But what's gonna happen if they're gonna fail? You know, we're gonna lose so much access to the NFTs. And we also trying to help that sector. We're working with a couple NFTs projects, so figure out like how we can make NFT more secure, how they can have a better speed, because with IPFS, if you're gonna host something, you're gonna wait for 5 minutes before everything gonna, you know, come back to you. So we design like a high performance network system where it's fully run on IPFS, but on the steroids. So it's much faster.
So you need an oracle for the price feeding.
Um,
So you need an oracle to feed the price for NFTs and all that, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Any more questions? Not from you, Mr. Lewis. Don't worry about it. I can see you itching. I'll introduce you guys afterwards. Mr. Lewis obviously likes what you're doing. That's a good sign. He's a very talented developer himself. Engineer, I'm not sure what the actual title for it, but like he just knows that tech shit inside and out, basically. So let's get a round of applause for my guy, Mr. Roman Nevo.